Hello gamers, The Legend of Zelda is one of the most critically acclaimed series of all time. Consequently, the series' Nintendo exclusivity is a source of frustration for many gamers. If you just finished exploring the forests and plateaus in the Legend of Zelda series or cannot play the title due to its Nintendo exclusivity, don't worry, we got you covered. These titles all feature similar elements to the Legend of Zelda series, but with key differences that make the plot and gameplay unique and interesting. So without wasting any time, let's get into it. Number 7. Spiral Knights. This one goes out to all the Zelda fans who ache for another Four Swords adventures. Spiral Knights takes that multiplayer dungeon delving concept and multiplies it tenfold into a full-on MMO. Sure, you're not a tunic-wearing fantasy lad, but playing as what's basically a cross between a Digimon and a knight in science fiction armor is just as good and way cuter, and the ever-changing Clockwork's dungeon means infinite replayability. Plus, it's free. I've been playing this game since it came out, and I still love it, but I really hope they fix the lagging problems. Number 6. Hob. Hob is different from most of the other games on this list. While others will give you details of what to do next or how to explore the world, Hob will not do this. If you were looking for something so usual, then it isn't Hob. Here, when you start playing, there's a high possibility that you get lost in the wilderness. You probably won't even know what's happening for a while. You'll just keep walking and checking everything out. But you'll spot something that will keep you playing. No spoilers. Number 5. Darksiders 2. The first and main reason to play Darksiders 2 is the genius pun in the title. It's just glorious. Another reason is the game's unique blend of RPG elements, massive world, and incredibly fun boss fights. Those are also glorious. But if all this glory wasn't enough, the reincarnation of Death's Journey also packs in an incredible amount of DLC to expand upon the already epic journey from 2012. This M-rated adventure was also one of the first 3D games to warrant the description of Zelda-like. It features a God of War-esque slash and stomp combat system, and there is quite a lot of ground to be explored. If someone has finished Breath of the Wild but not Darksiders 2, then they have found a stalwart way to keep the open world buzz alive. Number 4. Akami HD. While the original is an older game, Akami HD still stands out as a solid Legend of Zelda-like title. Though it isn't an open-world RPG, the art styles and storyline have a similar look and feel the whole way through. Seeing as you play as a wolf, the Akami HD is probably more closely related to Twilight Princess than Breath of the Wild. This is mostly due to the lack of an open-world environment and more traditional combat dynamics, but if all you want is that Legend of Zelda magic, you can find it here. Since it is an older game, you can find copies for older platforms. But if you're looking for the best experience, you'll find it available for PC. Number 3. Immortals Fenyx Rising. Ubisoft's Immortals Fenyx Rising is a great option for those who want a similar experience to the most recent main series Legend of Zelda game, the aforementioned Breath of the Wild. While Immortals Fenyx Rising has more in-game help and hand-holding than Breath of the Wild, its wonderfully designed island filled with puzzles and activities to complete makes its comparison to the games. The game is suitable for a wider age range, so younger players can enjoy it as well as adults. The world might not be as large as that in Breath of the Wild, but the area is very dense and filled with secrets and awesome Greek mythologies. Number 2. Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn is one of those games that feels like perfection. With a mix of wild terrain and scavenging, this open-world game has a lot of similarities to Breath of the Wild. While it's mostly the plot that draws you into this game, it's the combat and incredibly rewarding exploration that keeps you in it. You have to gather resources and fight off enemies across the land as you move from one objective to the next. Where it differs the most from The Legend of Zelda is that the plot and explorations seem to move forward in unison. There's a ton of storyline to get through in Horizon Zero Dawn, and you're going to want to enjoy every moment of it. Horizon Zero Dawn was originally released on the PS4 but has since become available for Xbox and PC. Number 1. Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is a free-to-play gacha game that launched in 2020 and quickly became an addiction for many. You play as the Traveler, putting together a team of allies all with their own special powers, exploring the huge land of Teyvat to look for your lost twin. It's got the same open-world adventure feel as The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. You collect recipes that can be cooked up at campfires and kitchens, and the Teyvat is full of hidden puzzles and secrets you can uncover with the right powers and looks utterly stunning. The gacha mechanic might put a few players off, but it's easy to sink hours into the game and quests without ever reaching for your wallet, and new content is added at a blistering pace. That's all for today. Thanks for watching the video. And if you find the video interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.